We've got the Star Wars sequels you've been looking for, as it's been confirmed by 2 official sources at Lucasfilm. The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. Never noticed that they all start with the. Kinda lazy writing. Anywho, fans may not be satisfied about the direction Disney took for Star Wars 7, 8, and 9.
Rey Skywalker.
But fear not. With a little help from the world between worlds, we're going to step into the mystical plane within the Force and go back to a time far, far away. A time before George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney, a time before sexy abs, space horses, and whatever that is, and see what the Star Wars sequel trilogy could have looked like. In October of 2020, Lucasfilm's creative executive and member of the Lucasfilm Story Group, Pablo Hidalgo, released Star Wars Fascinating Facts, Story, Lore, and History from the Greatest Galaxy, a compendium of hundreds of facts about all 9 episodes, from behind-the-scenes on-set tidbits to stories about how the tale of Star Wars was created. And in December of this year, Paul Duncan's The Star Wars Archives, 1999 to 2005, is an archival book detailing information from the Star Wars prequel trilogy, illustrated with script pages, production documents, concept art, storyboards, on-set photography, stills, and posters. Now, what got our attention was that both of these books contain interviews with George Lucas, and in these interviews, he shares what he intended to do with the sequels, including Darth Maul as the main villain, Luke training younglings, and delving deeper into the Whills. Dive into these particular juicy details, we will. Yes. So first, the big baddie of the proposed Star Wars sequels is your favorite horn-headed, double-bladed, lightsaber-yielding, back-flipping Sith Lord, Darth Maul. In his interview with Paul Duncan, Lucas states, Episodes 7, 8, and 9 would take ideas from what happened after the Iraq War. Okay, you fought the war, you killed everybody, now what are you going to do? Rebuilding afterwards is harder than starting a rebellion or fighting the war. When you win the war and you disband the opposing army, what do they do? The stormtroopers would be like Saddam Hussein's Ba'athist fighters that joined ISIS and kept on fighting. The stormtroopers refuse to give up when the Republic win. They want to be stormtroopers forever, so they go to a far corner of the galaxy, start their own country and their own rebellion. And there's a power vacuum, so gangsters, like the Hutts, are taking advantage of the situation, and there is chaos. The key person is Darth Maul, who had been resurrected in the Clone Wars. He brings all the gangs together. But he's very old. Darth Maul trained a girl, Darth Talon, who was in the comic books as his apprentice. Wow. Darth Talon. Okay, let's check her out and... Hey, can someone please get Darth Talon a robe? She's gonna be pretty cold on an ice planet. Anyway, let's continue. Darth Talon was the new Darth Vader, and most of the action was with her. So, Darth Maul and Darth Talon were the 2 main villains of the trilogy. Maul eventually becomes the godfather of crime in the universe because, as the Empire falls, he takes over. Darth Maul is the godfather of crime in the universe? So, he'd be making offers you can't refuse because, he'd use the Force, so you can't refuse them. Okay, Lucas continues. The movies are about how Leia, who else is going to be the leader, is trying to build the Republic. They still have the apparatus of the Republic, but they have to get it under control from the gangsters. That was the main story. It starts out a few years after Return of the Jedi, and we establish pretty quickly that there's this underworld. There are these offshoot stormtroopers who started their own planets, and that Luke is trying to restart the Jedi. He puts the word out, so out of 100,000 Jedi, maybe 50 or 100 are left. Now these are survivors from Order 66, according to Hidalgo's book. The Jedi have to grow again from scratch, so Luke has to find 2- and 3-year-olds and train them. It'll be 20 years before you have a new generation of Jedi. By the end of the trilogy, Luke would have rebuilt much of the Jedi, and we would have the renewal of the New Republic with Leia, Senator Organa, becoming the Supreme Chancellor in charge of everything. So she ended up being the Chosen One. Stop right there. Leia? The Chosen One? This definitely brings up that old argument of who truly brought balance to the Force. So, according to George Lucas, Anakin may not have been the one to bring balance. Sorry, Annie. No, don't get all emotional.
Oh, I hate you.
There, that's better. Now, are you ready to talk about Midi-chlorians?
What are Midi-chlorians?
The Midi-chlorians, your favorite Star Wars sentient and microscopic organism, which could totally kick COVID's ass. In the proposed sequels, Lucas expanded on Midi-chlorians and the Whills. The Whills are a microscopic, single-celled life form like amoeba, fungi, and bacteria. There's something like 100,000 times more Whills than there are Midi-chlorians. And there are about 10,000 times more Midi-chlorians than there are human cells. Okay, this sounds a little complicated, like something out of Avatar. If only we could get someone like James Cameron to help clarify. Oh, look, James Cameron did an interview with George Lucas on AMC back in 2018, which Lucas states the next 3 Star Wars films we're going to get into a microbiotic world. There's this world of creatures that operate differently than we do. We call them the Whills. And the Whills are the ones who actually control the universe. They feed off the Force, and the conduit is the Midi-chlorians. The Midi-chlorians are the ones that communicate with the Whills. The Whills, in a general sense, are the Force. Whew! Now that's some THX 1138 Stanley Kubrick, Christopher Nolan mind-blowing stuff there, George.
Something, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
These Star Wars sequels sound deep and thought-provoking, with massive world building. It would be a shame if some, I don't know, big powerful company made 3 sequels that were just, I don't know, carbon copies of episode 4, 5, and 6. What do you think, George?
You know, they wanted to do a retro movie. I don't like that. Every movie I worked very hard to make them different. I make them completely different with, different planets, with different spaceships.
But is Disney really the ones we should be blaming for the sequels? Didn't the fans already sound off on their dislike of the prequels, resulting in Lucas questioning why he should continue the franchise at all? Were we, the Star Wars fans, too hard on George Lucas? I mean, after all, it's his movies. It's his world. Here's just a little bit more of what George Lucas said during his interview with James Cameron. If I'd held on to the company, I could have done it. And then it would have been done. Of course, a lot of fans would have hated it. I hate to say it, but us fans being so hard on the prequels and being hard on George Lucas, did we get the sequels we deserve?
Get what you f***ing deserve!
Oh, okay, maybe that's a little harsh. And to be fair, it looked like Disney did use a few of the ideas Lucas outlined. According to Pablo Hidalgo's book, there was a story of a 14-year-old girl who, from the beginning, was on a quest to become a Jedi Knight. That girl, named Talon, would eventually become Rey. Luke did train Jedis, but they, along with Luke's Jedi Temple, were destroyed. Thank you very much, Ben Solo. Have fun being solo with your abs and your baby fits. And it also appears, no matter what fans wanted, Luke Skywalker would not escape his destiny and die in the trilogy. Now, imagine if Disney had kept Darth Talon. How awesome would it have been to see a fight between Darth Talon and Rey in the climactic battle? How awesome would it have been to see a fight between Luke Skywalker and Darth Maul? We know that Lucas was heavily involved in Disney Clone Wars and brought Darth Maul back to life, so it's no wonder all this information makes sense. Maybe Disney considered doing more with Lucas's original treatment, as Darth Maul did show up in Solo, but because of, once again, fan backlash, we may not be able to find out what happens on that one either. But see, with filmmakers like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, and what they've brought to the Star Wars universe with The Mandalorian, we might just get to see George Lucas's original treatment become a reality one day. Disney, hey, look, if you need proof, just look at what's going on with The Mandalorian. It's the Star Wars fans have been looking for since Return of the Jedi. It reminds us of the expanded universe. With now the appearance of Ahsoka Tano in The Mandalorian, anything is possible. Darth Maul may have died fighting Obi-Wan, but, he could come back to life. Maybe we'll all get lucky and get another Disney Plus show about Darth Maul coming back from the dead and walking around with a baby Jabba. Darth Maul and the Baby Jabba, every Thursday on Disney Plus. What do you think about George Lucas's proposed sequels? Do you think fans would have accepted it? Maybe Rian Johnson's trilogy will explore some of these ideas. Share your own fan theories with us in the comment section below. And then click subscribe to stay up to date with us here at Screen Rant. May the Force be with you.